Cindy Smith doesn't like waste.
Man, so much plastic packaging drives me crazy.
So when more than 100 Amazon boxes started randomly stacking up at her Prince William County
That's not
door,
even a lot.
A lot of packages.
she was, well,
That's like
confused.
an average weekend.
I didn't order them.
1,000 headlamps for running and biking,
Right.
800 glue guns,
Reasonable.
boxes of children's binoculars, all addressed to
Lizao Zhang. This
Right.
is your address, though,
Right.
right? Does Lizao Zhang
She's
live
not
here?
Le Zhao Zhang.
It wasn't the first time we heard a story like this.
It was 2 rows almost up to the
Okay,
covering the
that's
door.
literally nothing.
In May, Liz Geltman of Northwest D.C. told us it happened to her, too.
Like these big towering blocks of
That's not even the size of the door.
children's blocks of Legos all the way up to the
They love to over-exaggerate.
covering the door of my house.
Geltman was getting children's sheets, and no
Okay.
explanation from Amazon why. Cindy Smith had a hunch.
We initially thought it was a brushing scam.
Brushing is when an online vendor creates a fake sale of their own product, sending the package to a random address. Also, they can boost their rating with a 5-star review. But when we took a
Wouldn't they just lose all that product? How would they get the product back? Wouldn't they lose money from that?
closer look at those Amazon packaging slips Smith was receiving,
Let's figure
we
this
discovered
out.
this was an entirely different vendor scheme. The packing slips showed the
okay.
boxes were all vendor returns to Lao Zhang, sent to Smith's
cooking.
address. Our team tracing the
Okay.
addresses on all those packaging
Let's lock
slips
in.
to 15 Amazon warehouse fulfillment centers in 9
With you
different
so far.
states.
It all boils down to money.
CJ Rosenbaum is a New York attorney that represents companies that sell on Amazon.
You have sellers located in China who are just picking random addresses. And then when they need to get their products out of Amazon's warehouses, they're just having them sent there because it's just cheaper for them to do so.
After WUSA
How is that cheaper though? Don't they lose the product? Wouldn't they just come and take the product back?
9 started asking questions, Amazon launched an investigation and discovered the seller, Lao Zhang, violated Amazon policy by creating
No way, that's against their policy. I mean, maybe they didn't know.
removal orders with Cindy Smith's address. Same thing
Right.
in Liz Geltman's case, although with a different vendor. A spokesperson telling us in a statement, the seller account that was engaged in this abusive activity has been closed. There is no place for fraud at Amazon.
And
There's no place for fraud at Amazon unless Amazon themselves are doing the fraud. Right, that makes sense.
the one thing I haven't seen, which I would love to see, is for these products to be donated to charitable organizations.
Which brings us back to Cindy Smith. An environmental science professor and conservationist, she was determined not to let all this end up in a landfill.
A lot of
Right.
people told me I was weird. You know, I would drive around with headlamps and glue guns in the car. I gave them to everybody.
does look
I
a
met.
little weird.
All my neighbors got glue guns or headlamps. I mean, I gave them to dog shelters, to veterinary clinics. I went to Burger King one day. I'm like, I have a gift for you.
And with dozens of Amazon boxes still
Yeah.
stacked in her basement, Smith is just relieved no more shipments from Lao Zhang will be showing up at her door. Eric Flack, WUSA 9.
That is
Well, there you
wild,
go.
right? So how often are overseas sellers using other addresses to dispose of old stock and avoid paying Amazon? We followed up with Amazon about that, and the company did not give us an answer to this
Of course,
question.
right.